Hi my little shardies, welcome and welcome back. This is Christina with Shhh Art Online, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little newspaper tubes that you can use to either make your own home decorations, or in my particular case I'm making cat toys. Cats absolutely love these, and it's cheap, it's fun, and they're easy to make. Just to give you an example of something you can make with them, baskets. These are very sturdy baskets that I made with just a simple newspaper tube. When I got done weaving the basket with the newspaper tubes, I just went ahead and stained it and then I coated it. But these are very, very, very sturdy baskets. You can put almost anything in them. So if you want to know how to turn these newspaper tubes into a newspaper basket, sound off in the comments below and I'll go ahead and do a video on those. But for the moment, let's just show you guys how to make the tubes. Now I'm just going to tell you in advance, there is a little bit of a learning curve with these. It takes quite a few tubes before you get it kind of perfect if you were going to use them for weaving. If you're using them for cat toys, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take a newspaper, so big long newspaper, and I'm going to cut it in approximately 2.5 3-inch strips. And I'm going to make sure that I don't cut down the seam. I want the seam there, so when you open it up, it's a nice long strip. The longer the strip, the better it is. Especially if you're weaving, because you don't want a bunch of short little tubes. You want the longer the tube, the better. And depending on if you want to have the newsprint in your basket will depend on which side you choose to roll your paper. If I roll like this, in this direction, then this is going to show. If I go like this, then this strip here will show, this white edge. So I think I'm going to go ahead and roll it like this so we can try to get that gray line that goes across there, so that'll look pretty cool. And the first thing you're going to do is take your lid off your glue. You can use any glue for this. Elmer's glue is going to take a little bit longer to dry. If you use something like this, I love that it's got a precision tip. I actually have a bunch of these little glue bottles like this where I have a little bit of glue in with the precision tips. The bigger the bottle, the bigger the mess, so you don't need a ton of glue to make this happen. One of the things you're going to need is either a skewer or a double-sided knitting needle. You don't want to have something that's big on this side. You want to be able to roll it smoothly across the desk. After rolling thousands and thousands of these tubes, I found that these double-sided knitting needles are absolutely perfect for the purpose. So I'll go ahead and try to leave a link in the description below for that. You're going to come down and at approximately a 45-degree angle. So I don't know if you can see the triangle there. You're going to go ahead and turn this corner up and kind of tuck it under. This is the hardest part, is getting it started. So you're going to tuck it under and then you're going to press and roll at the same time. It's easiest to start this out on a flat surface. See already, if you're doing that, it's your angle's off. So you want to pull that back down. Just going to start it over. Make sure your paper is firm and press down while you roll. Once I get almost to the halfway point, I pick it up and I'm going to put 2 fingers on the back and a thumb on the front, and I'm going to hold even pressure while I spin this. Enough so it spins, but not enough that this loosens up here. You want this tight and firm. And it's going to be kind of difficult when you get to this part here, because you're going to not have this tube anymore, but that part always causes a little bit of a problem. So you just want even pressure. And as you're twisting, you want to kind of move your fingers up the strip, and when you get to the part with no stick in it or knitting needle, you want to loosen up just a little bit so you're not crushing in the paper, but enough that you're getting a firm tube out of it. You'll know you did it right when at the end you have like a pretty large size triangle there. You don't want like what looks like a flag where it's straight out like this, because then you're getting a really small tube. So you want the longer the tube is, the better. You're going to take your glue, you're going to put just a little bit on the edge and then roll between your fingers like you did the rest of it to seal it for a couple seconds, and you're done. You might get a little bit of glue or newsprint on your fingers. It's totally normal. Then down here, you're going to firmly apply pressure here while you pull this out here. And there's your newspaper tube. You're going to find that one end is going to be smaller than the other. This is a good thing. If you're making something like home decor, newspaper baskets, anything like that, the larger end, you're going to go ahead and put your tube in the other one to make it a longer tube. That are two fatter ends, and you would just glue that together to make a nice long tube. As long as you want to do one tube at a time. You don't want to put a ton of tubes on there. But as you go along with weaving, you would just slide your tube in, glue, and it becomes one long tube to work with. So then once if you were weaving, you got down to here, you'd add another tube. But these are great for cat toys, which is what I'm rolling them for right now. My cat loves them, and we have a new kitten in our home, and the resident cat isn't too happy about that. So we're using these to play with the cat under the door, and they're working great. And I figured if I had to go ahead and roll a few, that I'd show you guys how to do it too. So great, really inexpensive cat toys. All you need is an old newspaper, a pair of scissors, a knitting needle, and some glue, and you can make so many things with newspaper tubes. Again, if you would like to see some more things that you can make with them, go ahead and sound off in the comments below, and I'll make a few more videos on how to make things with newspaper tubes. As always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, color happy, and remember, shh, it's our little secret.